to Lovecast the podcast reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing the Japanese drama, A Man Who Defies the World of BL. I'm your host, Alexa, and with me are my co-hosts, Pixie and Kayla.
Hey!
Yay! So, A Man Who Defies the World of BL, I'm not even going to attempt the full Japanese title because I know I will butcher it, but I know people have called it also Zetai BL for short. It's a short Japanese drama, roughly 2 hours in length, and you can watch it on WeTV. You will need to VPN. I had to VPN to Thailand to watch it, but it's free. Otherwise, you won't need their VIP subscription or anything. So you'll just need a VPN, and then you can get it on WeTV in HD with subs. And to give a short description on it, it is a story about a man named Mobu who realizes that he is living basically in a BL manga world, and he is straight, so the whole story is about him trying to do whatever he can to avoid ending up in a BL romance. So what are your guys' initial thoughts on the show? I know you guys have a lot.
Yeah, so I watched this when it aired, so I tried to rewatch it a little bit just like today and yesterday because it's a lot of stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's based off of a manga, it's very like the story is about BL tropes, but mostly like BL tropes in manga.
Mm-hmm.
It's very typical for the stuff you find in mangas, which makes it ridiculous at times, but that's sort of the point because it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
I think like it's one of the funniest shows I've seen. And I was a little bit unsure on how they would handle the whole adapting it to a TV series, but they did a really good job. And it was interesting to watch even with all the different stuff happening. I won't go into much detail because this is like the non-detailed part. But yeah, I like my general opinion on it. I really liked it, and I loved seeing like a comedy BL because that doesn't happen often.
Yeah, I agree about it being one of the funniest things I've watched in a while. I think the fact that everything is so over-exaggerated was done very purposefully.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just think it's very clever how they poked fun at so many different tropes. Like, there's just a list. I probably missed some of the things that they were making fun of, and it just went over my head. There were so many.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. I really liked Mobu's internal monologue and his like very over exaggerated way of like watching people fall into the quote unquote traps that they set up for like the romance, the stereotypical romance tropes. I loved how like every time someone fell into them, it was like he was sending his friend off to war or something like that. He's like, we've lost another one. I just thought he was so funny, and it was really clever to show like basically what the inside of a BL manga looks like from someone who's not the main character, as he said. So I thought it was really, really interesting to watch.
It's hilarious how the whole time he's so afraid of turning gay. And he's trying to constantly avoid putting himself in these situations where someone could come on to him or he could give someone the wrong idea. It's just so interesting. I would never think to write something like that.
Yeah. The fixation on just like trying to avoid boys' love. It's amazing. And for anyone who's seen Cherry Magic, you're gonna see one familiar face at least. Yutaro, who played Minato in Cherry Magic, is the little brother here.
Oh, he's adorable.
He is. And I was like, okay, this is a spoiler. I won't say it. I'll leave it for the next part.
This is why people have to join our Patreon to get the spoiler details. But yeah, it was so short and it was so easy to watch, and we were kind of talking about like the before we started recording the way they have chopped it up into like chapters and how each one is kind of its own story focusing on a specific trope or a specific person in his life. I really enjoyed it, and I like that like he was the one constant thing throughout it. Like you did kind of see other characters pop up here and there throughout the stories, like especially like his brother and stuff like that, but I like that it was kind of like him navigating all these different chapters, but each chapter was like a different person and a different trope and brought something new to the story.
Yeah, it was very easy to consume, especially if you have a short attention span, which I most definitely do.
Yeah.
The way it's divided makes it very easy to watch in one sitting.
Yeah, and I have to say, like the intro song, the
It's
Mobu
amazing.
song, it is so amazing. I haven't been able to get it out of my head since I first watched it.
Oh my God,
like I had to go on to I had to go onto WeTV and do a phone recording of the song because I can't find it anywhere else. Just so I can have it on somewhere so I can listen to it more than once.
God,
it's so
it was
amazing.
So funny with like the was that like 70s theme, like
disco
outfits, like
theme. Yeah. It was
really
amazing.
Funny.
And them just dancing and it was so awesome. So ratings?
Honestly, I think I would give it a 5 because it's just so fun to watch. Like it really is a fun experience. There's nothing that's too heavy in it. Even when he does touch on things that might be considered like controversial, it never takes that spin on it. Like he's very aloof when it comes to everything. So I think I would give it a 5 because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And at the end of the day, I guess that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Okay, 5. Go watch it. Everyone should watch this.
Yeah, I would say a 5 too. It's definitely not something I like. If Pixie hadn't been raving about it, I probably never would have watched it, but like I'm really glad that I did, and I'm also really glad that like I knew what to expect going into it, because I think you have to view it from a comedy lens and not a boys love lens, and when you view it from a comedy lens, then it makes it hilarious and very endearing and definitely worth a watch. And like it's short, it's easy to get through, like you won't regret spending 2 hours on it.
Agreed.
Okay, so that's going to be it from our spoiler-free section that you guys will find on YouTube. If you're interested in hearing the full review, you can find it over on our Patreon from the Lovecaster tier and above. And if you're interested in hearing what one of our full reviews sounds like, go check out our Color Rush review. We did put the full version of that on YouTube so you guys could get an idea of what our full detailed reviews kind of look like. So we will see you guys next week, and we're going to jump into spoilers.